Hey guys, understanding the power of personality is key to transforming our how we communicate, collaborate, and connect with others. Today's guest, Merrick Rosenberg, is here to revolutionize the way we perceive others and ourselves. So, Merrick is a renowned personality expert, thought leader, and the best selling author of The Chameleon and Which Bird Are You? He's the CEO of Take Flight Learning, where he's facilitated over 2,500 team building, leadership, and customer service programs. His work has been featured in major platforms such as NBC, PBS, Forbes, and Inc.com. Merrick's unique approach to personality styles, represented by Eagle, Parrot, Dove, and Owl, has changed the lives and careers of thousands around the world. So get ready as we get ready to speak with Merrick about all these different birds and learn something about ourselves and everybody else. Here we go. That was weird. Did we just my gigabit connection just went and did a flip-flop. How are you today, Merrick?
I am doing great.
I am so happy to have you here. I love the fact that we're going to be talking about birds. I used to have a bird, but it was kind of tragic, but I'm sure it's not the same birds you're talking about. Okay, so let's talk about personality types. How did you get into it, and why did you get into personality types?
Well, I was running team building programs, started a team building company at the outset, the beginning of the team building industry back in the early 90s. And it did not take long to realize that personality conflicts are the reason for a lot of conflict in teams. And so I learned about the styles and started incorporating them into team building programs and just had an absolute blast doing it. As people learn about themselves, there's really no more interesting topic than that. So it's been a fun ride.
So can I tell you, I used to work, like I've messed up a couple times in my life and actually worked with other companies. And by the way, your company is one of those that I would love to work with and work for. You've been like the number one company that people want to work with in New Jersey area, right?
Yes.
And that's awesome. I've always ended up working at like the toll booth or something. That's not the same thing. So how do you know when you're in a company and which personality types work together and which ones don't? And because there's definitely a dichotomy there of weirdness that goes on.
Well, here's the thing. It's not like there's certain styles that inherently either get along or don't get along. It's really a matter of, do you understand the styles? And if you do, you can get along with anybody.
Okay. And so you took the styles and meshed them up with bird types.
Yeah, let's make it easy.
Okay. So tell us about the bird types. We got 4 of them.
So we got 4, and for me, it was a matter of making it very visual and easy to remember. And I'll even show you, I don't even need to teach them. The styles are so, in a sense, intuitive. I will bet you already know what they are. So here, let's see what we can do. So we start off with an eagle. I'm putting you on the spot. So you bring me on your show, and then I put you on the spot.
Okay, go. I love
this. so let's talk about an eagle. If you met a person and they had the traits of an eagle, what do you think that person would be like?
I think a bold, in charge, authoritative, and gonna get stuff done.
See, and you exactly nailed it. That's 100% correct.
Okay.
They are about results. They want to make things happen. Quick decision makers, risk takers. You got it.
100% so far.
Now let's take parrot. Very different energy. If someone has a parrot style, what do you think they would be like?
I'm thinking they talk a lot. They might be funny. They are the center of attention. And I'm not sure if they're focused like the eagle, but they're fun to be around.
It's once again, you exactly get it. They're optimistic. For the parrot, it's all good. Yeah. They're social, they're talkative. Once again, notice how obvious it is. The problem with a lot of personality systems is that you have to memorize letters or colors or words, and you don't have to memorize this. It's already right there for you. So let's do another one.
Okay.
Do the dove. When you think of a dove, has the traits of a dove. What would you say?
A dove, they're peaceful. I think peaceful. When you think dove, I think of I see lots of them at the Olympics going off. Yes. And they're the ones that I would say probably they could be the ones who negotiate and bring people together.
100% correct. They're the peacemaker. They're the one in your family who says, let it go. It's the holidays. Don't
Yes.
worry about it. They just want everybody to get along. They're harmonious, they're caring, they're helpful, compassionate. All right, last one.
Yeah.
That
Owl.
owl. When you think of an owl, now any style can be intelligent, but it is definitely true we think of them as wise. So
Yes.
what else would you say if a person has the traits of an owl? What do you think they are?
Uh, I would say curious, but I usually think of owl as knowledgeable and um, teacher and scholarly and somewhat helpful because
Yeah,
they want
once
people to
again,
know.
you get the sense that they're very logical, they're analytical. If they're going to do something, they're going to do it right the first time. They have a process. If anybody has a child who's an owl, that is that why kid. But
Yeah.
why are we doing it? They need to understand. They ask a ton of questions. But notice what you did. You already have a sense of the styles, and if it's intuitive today, it'll be intuitive years from now. And
Um,
so they're pretty simple.
how many looks to these Tootsie Rolls in there? I don't know.
All cartoon owls are drawn as wise.
Yes, they are. I can't think of anyone, even on New Zoo Review, it was still a wise owl. Owls are good. So, how do you like when you go into an organization, right? And what is your job to do? Is it to say, okay, all you owls over here, all you parrots over here, now let's talk together. What do you do?
So there's really two core components. One, you got to know yourself, and two, you have to understand others.
Mhm.
So step number one, self-awareness. The most self-aware people, hands down, are the happiest. They're the most successful. So let's get people to understand their own style, what feeds them, what they're all about. But then the second component is, can you meet other people and can you figure out their style and can you flex to them and treat them the way they need to be treated? So it's not just about understanding your own graph or report, which is so often what
Mhm.
personality styles training is all about. It has to go beyond that. It has to go to, what do you do with this information? How do you use it to get people to work together well and treat people in a way that they feel comfortable?
Do owls get along? Not owls, forget owls. They're easy. Do doves get along with eagles?
You know, it's interesting. Statistically, and not just by a little, overwhelmingly, 86% of the time, eagles and doves are married most often.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, so you know that old opposites attract. It's absolutely true. Eagles, they're the ones who can be direct and assertive. Doves are tuning into the emotions and feelings. They really complement each other very well. But if they don't understand each other, that's when they get into conflict. So these opposite styles, the parrot and the owl, are also very different. If they understand each other, they can make an amazing team. If they don't, they can have a lot of conflict.
Yeah. Do you work with families as well as corporations?
So it's interesting that overwhelmingly the training that we do when I go and speak at conferences, most of the time it is for companies. But what I find to be very ironic is I'll be sitting at a book table signing books, or people come up to me afterwards after a talk.
Mhm.
I've just talked about how to use the styles in their company. And you know what questions they ask me?
What?
So my wife, or I have a teenager and I don't know what to do with him. And
Right.
and the questions I get are so often about their family, because the reality is personality plays out in everything we do.
If you were going to put together a team, or if there was a team, imaginary team you put together, would you say it's a better team to have like all eagles, all parrots, all owls, all doves, or would you? Should it be a combination? Do they get
So
along across or not?
it really depends what they do. In some ways, having a diverse team like that is incredibly powerful because they have four different perspectives. There's power in diversity. There's no doubt that diverse teams see things from all different angles. And yeah, that is a superpower team. But here's the thing. What if you have a team of people and they work in a nuclear reactor and you said to me, hey, there's a whole team of owls making sure every dial is right and everything's perfect? I'd be pretty happy about that. Now, if it was a
Uh,
whole team of parrots and they're like, how much radiation is bad, that's probably not a good thing. But sometimes you do have a team of all one style and it's okay. You may have a sales team of all parrots or a group of nurses and they're all doves. That's okay. And
yeah.
so it's not necessarily like we have to have a team of all four styles. So sometimes it depends what the job is and you may just draw a lot of people of similar style. And that's what's needed for the job.
I love that. And I don't think people know this about you yet, but I want to bring this up is you are a super creative dude. You're a musician, you're a filmmaker, you are of course a writer. You're an artist at heart. What style are you?
So my style, I am the parrot, but with a secondary eagle also. And that's an important point, is that we're not just one of them. We all have a little bit of everything, but there's no doubt the parrot in me, I think there's multiple versions of me. Like there's this version of me that gets to go on stage and make people laugh, and that's awesome. But there's also the musician. Hey, I get to play and have a fun time doing that. But there's also a part of me that really gets to teach people, and that is incredibly rewarding to see people just make a difference in their lives, and the stories that they share about how it's changed their marriage or a relationship with a child or how they run their company as a CEO. That's why we really do it.
Okay, so I have been waiting like forever for this to happen, and because you're a musician and I see the guitar back there and everything, I would love to hear you play something and sing something. The CEO,
so
the artist.
So whenever I'm on stage, I do have a couple songs that I play when I'm on stage, and I actually have a movie coming out where this song is in the movie. And it's called Personality. So I'm just going to do a little bit. We'll do a little
bit. You know what?
Do a little bit of personality. Maybe a couple verses and a chorus. How about that?
Yep.
But this will be like, one, it appears in my new movie, Bird Brains Inc. But two, it's something that I'll often play on stage. So you ready? We'll have a little fun. All right, here we go. Let me share with you a story about some folks I think you'll know. There are eagles and parrots and owls and doves. They'll be wherever you may go. You will see them in the movies. You will see them in your life. They're your boss, your kids, your annoying in-laws. They're your husband and your wife. And they have personality. Personality. You're a bit like me. They're different as can be. Personality. Personality. Appreciate the ones who drive you most crazy.
That's awesome. I need the soundtrack.
A little taste of
there we go.
Well, then we get a little verse about each bird, and there's another song in the movie too, which was a really fun one to write, and it's called Things That Annoy Me. And it's just, you listen, each bird talks about all the things that drive them crazy about all of the other birds. So.
Do you write all the music yourself? Because you've got a movie, we're going to show a clip of that too. But did you write all the music for the?
I did. So I wrote the screenplay, wrote the music, and the characters got to sing. And I sung a little bit, but it's really that they get to the characters in the movie got to. The eagle, parrot, dove, and owl really sing it, and they're amazing. Like one of the actresses is a Broadway singer, lead actress in a major Broadway show. It's just incredible to watch them perform.
I don't know how fun this is. This is amazing. Let's watch the trailer for your movie, and we'll talk about that. We're going to talk about some more characters. Let me see if I can pop this up here because it's live and it's supposed to work amazingly for the
time to sing them lullabies.
Kelly, the conscientious.
Right.
We don't have a plan. We have one idea.
Rewind it from the beginning.
All right, ready? So I'll give you a little preview for you. Sorry, it got very excited. The puppet, the parrots were just like, play it. So I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's a half-hour film. It's a short film, and it's designed to teach the four birds in a fun way. No one's ever created a movie about personality before, but I feel like if you see it in action, you get it. So here we go.
Right.
Ready?
I'm ready for it.
It's called Bird Brains Inc. Here we go.
In a world where time flies, when disaster strikes,
there's been an avalanche on Mount Lemuria.
Oh my.
four birds are called upon to save the day.
I have no doubt we can help.
Dax, the dominant eagle.
This is no time to sing them lullabies.
Kelly, the conscientious owl.
We don't have a plan. We have one idea.
Sonny, the supportive dove.
We're not going to accomplish anything if we're all arguing.
Iko, the influential parrot,
Are you ready? Oh, this is awesome!
united by destiny.
Let's go, everyone.
Will they use their strengths to take flight together?
I wanted to ask if you heard how the climbers are doing.
They're alive, breathing and everything.
Or will it all come crashing down?
This is not going to end well.
Experience the heartbreak, the triumph, the personality of Bird Brains Inc.
That is astounding. I love that.
It was so fun to make. I mean, you know, for me, I talk about the birds all the time, and to actually sit at a desk and have a conversation with an eagle and looking back at you was absolutely a blast.
Now, you're in the movie. I saw you in there. I saw you with the
Yes.
guitar and the birds around you.
Yep,
You,
I am the bird guy in the movie. So they've
Okay.
called, they have a problem, crisis hits, and they've called in the bird guy to teach them how to work together so they can save the day.
I love this. I mean, I wish more training in the world was like you're just gonna watch this and you're gonna remember what the different personality types are, and you're gonna bond with one of them or not.
Yeah.
And it's cool.
I think people will see themselves in the story. I even just from watching the trailer, I've had people say, "Oh my gosh, that's so me!" Like you can,
Mhm.
when you see the styles literally coming to life in front of you, I think people will remember it. They'll see their family in it. They'll see their friends, their coworkers, and that's the whole point, is to be able to use the styles. And if you can see them in a visual way, I think it will really stick for people.
I do. I like it. As a matter of fact, I remember the birds better than I remember this whole disc system and Marston and all this kind of stuff. It's like,
Right?
yeah, who wants to remember all that when I can just say, "Hey, yo, parrot, what's up?"
Yeah, it's just, but you know, it's like we have these guys. These are like what we call our desktop birds. We have some companies you walk into, there are literally thousands of them. One is on every single desk in the organization. And when you walk in and you have this guy looking at you, you know you better get to the point quickly. You know, if you walk in and there's an owl sitting on someone's desk, you better have all the information and be able to answer their questions.
That is like such a brilliant idea. Seriously, just walk in and go, "Oh, owl, let me put my parrot thing away."
I get it. Yeah. I'm a parrot. Ooh, got to dial the parrot down. I'm talking to an owl.
Yeah.
But you know, nobody put the letter D in the disc system on their desk. I mean, it's just
No.
not what we did. But the birds are so fun and visual, and they're all positive. They all bring something incredibly positive.
You know, it's funny when you first pulled up the eagle, I was like, "Whoa!" And like all of a sudden, like there was like literally a visceral thing, and I was like, "Okay, yeah, you got to have your act together when you're talking to this dude right here."
Be brief, be brilliant, be gone. Tell them what you need to tell them, and you're out.
Oh man! Hey, can we do something really fun? I want people. Besides we've already done something fun, but I want to do something funner or different. How about that? I want to play a little game with you. It's called This or That, and I'm going to ask you a question. You get to choose one or the other. You can't choose neither. You can't choose both.
I am ready. The parrot likes games. You know, we like games. So hey, we go for it.
We can play the games, and if you have to, and you go like, "Oh, I can't decide," and you have to you need to explain, we can do that too. All right. So I'm going to ask. I'll give you two choices. Here's your first one: leadership book or self-help book?
Self-help book. I think if you help yourself to learn and grow, it'll help you as a leader.
I love self-help books, by the way. How about speaking at a conference or speaking on hosting a webinar?
Speaking at a conference, nothing like feeling the energy of the people right there.
Yeah, I got you. How about team building exercises or solo brainstorming?
As someone who started a team building company, I have to go with team.
There you go. Now, you've written several books, but this is a good question. How about writing a new book or reading a new book?
You know, I've written 5 books, but every time I go to write a book, I have to take a breath and be like, all right, I'm going in. Reading's way easier.
I got you. Okay, I got a bird question for you. Early bird or night owl?
Early bird. I've done all my writing in the morning.
What time do you get up and start writing?
When I'm in a writing mode, about 6 a.m. I wake up, I sit down, and then I don't feel like I'm writing. I feel like I'm capturing what I'm seeing.
Okay.
It's just kind of happening. Sometimes I'll laugh as I'm typing and my wife will look at me. What's so funny? I'm like, oh, the parrot said something funny. I just wrote it down. It didn't come from me.
That's so funny. How about traditional office or remote work?
I do like the traditional office, and it's really for a parrot reason. It's that I love the energy of being together with people. I think it was hard for me to work remote during the pandemic. I need to be around people.
I agree with that. Like I'm a stay-at-home worker, and like there are times when I won't go outside for days, okay, weeks at a time, and I want to get back to that thing where you're talking to people, touching people, and interacting with them. So.
Yeah.
I'm starting to say like, okay, yeah, Apple's making you guys go back to work. There's a good reason. How about long-term planning or living in the moment?
Oh, well, I do. The eagle part of me wants to say long-term planning, but my parrot part wins out, and it's all about being present.
Okay, so then if I ask you like big picture or detailed orient, which one is it?
Definitely big picture.
Okay, solo travel or group travel?
I travel a lot. I've spoken in 47 states, and most of the time I'm alone, but there is something really fantastic about being with a group of people to share it with.
Yeah. What's your favorite places you've been to?
Maui is kind of hard to beat. So I'm heading there in a few weeks again. I love Hawaii. Sedona, also really fantastic. And the sleeper hit would be Bend, Oregon. It's just such a great little town.
Okay, gotcha. I haven't been to any of those. Now they're going to have to be on my travel list. So
got it. Add them to the bucket list.
Now this one, what about formal attire or casual wear?
Definitely casual. No more ties for me. Even when I'm on stage, jeans, button down, sports jacket. Pandemic killed all my ties.
All right, I love that. How about you played the ukulele today? How about playing the ukulele at a campfire or at a concert hall?
Oh, campfire. There's something fantastic. I think I learned guitar in the first place so I could play the guitar at campfires. Not that I've played at many campfires, but there's something very primal about that.
Can I just tell you how jealous I am of people that can play guitar and take their instruments with them? Because like I played, some keyboard and I played clarinet, and I'm like, none of those work around the campfire.
You can't throw a piano into a backpack.
You cannot.
Although they do have those like rollout ones, which are real small and portable. So the technology has improved.
It has improved, but it's just nothing like you just whipped out that ukulele and you were playing, and that was awesome. How about learning by reading or learning by doing?
I think learning by doing. I think that we read so that we can gain knowledge, but then when you do it, it just becomes a part of you.
Okay, so last one here. Structured learning or learning on the fly?
Wow, as a trainer, I get I'm teaching structured learning, but I do think that I'm going to go back to what I said a moment ago. It's like what I hear, I forget. What I see, I remember. What I do, I understand. When you do it, you learn on the fly, and it just kind of happens. It sticks.
Yeah, I think you need like a combination of both, because even when I learned music, I learned piano just by playing, right? But then once you take some lessons, you go like, oh, this makes a lot more sense now, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's all awesome. Hey, I definitely want people to stay in touch with you and the birds, and we've got some ways for people to do that. We've got your merrickrosenberg.com and takeflightlearning.com. People can get you there. We've got your Twitter, Merrick R, Instagram, at Merrick_Rosenberg. And you've got your Facebook, Merrick with 2 R's and an R on the end, Merrick R. And finally, we've got you on LinkedIn. And your LinkedIn, I think, looks beautiful. There's a lot of people who do LinkedIn and they don't do anything. And I'm like, can't see it, but I love yours.
We got videos, got stuff to read. I think it should be a place to go to learn, not just about the person, but gain some wisdom too.
Well, I'm going to leave this up on the screen as we bounce out of here, so people who are interested can remember and find you and do all sorts of things and play some music and get it hooked up with you. Thank you so much for being on. And I would actually like to do this again sometime in the future.
Oh, absolutely. Love it.
We'll figure out a way to play some music together. All right, man. Thank you very much. We out.
Michael.